fuck is up, people?
What up?
Oh, my God.
It's that time again.
Oh.
It is that time.
Oh, my God. It's time for the Filthy 15 for 2020, everyone. We even got, we've got a new fucking flag up, thanks to Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. This is a Christmas present. And then, funny enough, this was Christmas present to you. We got our drinking horns out on the table. Shout out to Grimfrost.
If you saw the Christmas episode, you would know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I did that there. But yeah, man, we got a lot. This is a big one. We got a lot to get to. We got 15 albums we're going to talk about, and that doesn't even include all the extra stuff. Filthy 15 2020, the year of the blah.
Blah.
Blah. It's the year of the blah, motherfucker. So let's start off.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, cheers, first of all.
Well, let's start this show
proper.
off proper, okay? Not a sponsor.
But if you'd like to.
Hello. Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the cup here. We've got the fucking, Jesus Christ.
Go in.
I used to have one of those tap machines. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I was jealous of it. It's like straight on the ice. I got Buffalo Trace in here, so I'm going to have to.
You're going to have to chase it with
hey.
Buffalo Trace.
Oh, great, yeah. Because I didn't want to remember all this.
No, well,
Hey,
fine.
cheers.
Cheers, brother.
It's a fucking metal, man.
It's a fucking metal. And to Odin! Oh my God, there's something about this stuff, dude, that just
Makes you forget.
no, it's like you know what it's like? It's like when I eat an Armando's taco. I feel like a superhero.
Yeah, there is like.
It's like
Used to be
I just took a limitless pill.
Yeah, well, hey, when you're like a couple
Except
deep,
it's the opposite of that in actuality.
when you're a couple of deep and you're at a show and like it's summer, like this is like it's just that taste of it, man. Like, which is why like
the gods.
it's been a while, and like I don't know, I've only had it a couple of times this year, like the past year.
Well, yeah, normally
yeah.
we'll at least have a shot or two at shows,
Yeah.
and well,
yeah, but had a lot of reason to.
Yeah, this is as close as like this is our fucking shows for
Yeah.
the year. So we gotta kick it up a notch. All right. Yes.
But yes, let's talk about some fucking music, man. Like,
Talk about.
been a heavy week.
It's been.
Been a heavy few weeks.
Yeah. Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
For a variety of reasons.
Yeah. And you know what? Despite a very terrible year of 2020, we had some really great releases. We had some really fucking fantastic releases that absolutely floored both of us. And yeah, let's get into them. So we're gonna start off right now with our honorable mentions. We're gonna do the honorable mentions at the top for you people. Now it's kind of split up into some sections here. First off, I want to talk about honorable mentions because the things that make this is albums of the year. So we don't include things like EPs or singles, of course, on the album of the year list. But there were some that came out that I do want to mention. In particular, our friends over in A Fitting Revenge released 2 singles this year off of, I think, their upcoming full-length release.
Yeah,
Inquisition and King Machine. I think it's Inquisition. Yeah,
Yep.
Inquisition and King Machine. Excellent tracks.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cannot wait to hear the rest of what they do. I really love their sound.
Yeah, man.
It's got a very you can hear the kind of the old school influences in it a lot, and the guitar work is outstanding. Very guitar driven, and I like that.
Yeah, it's very like it reminds me of, I don't know, it's as far as like the guitar work and like the technicality of it, like it's very like there's a lot of riffs in it that are specific. I think the one that really caught me was King Machine. Like that song, like
very good.
Yeah, just it's like everything I love about that style of music.
Yes.
So, and just like great, super fun interview. Like great.
Oh man, that was a whole lot of fun to get to talk to them. That was a lot of fun. Next up, another band we've talked to earlier this year. Wait, I don't think you were on that one actually. Our friends in Interpreter released a song called Tick Toxic.
Oh yeah.
So huge shout out to them. Another band that I think they just have their sound is very different, but from A Fitting Revenge. Of course, they're two completely different bands, but it's still really hits all the right notes with that particular sound for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like I guess if I had to describe it somehow, I'd say it's more like on the deathy side of things a little bit.
Yeah.
But still like moves and bounces around a lot. Like it's not just like chugging all the way through really. So.
Yeah. There's been like I think that's a good like close comparison as far as like, you know, like because I do honestly think that between them and Fitting Revenge, they do have like a pretty, as far as like the guitar stuff.
Yeah.
As far as like the sound of it, like it's all very like, it's catchy stuff, but it's also got that, it's very rooted in like deathcore, very like, you know, very like, which is awesome. Like
you love that.
Yeah, like very guitar driven, I guess like, I don't know if this is even proper, but like technical deathcore, I suppose.
Technical.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking perfect segue because the last two singles I want to talk about are Cursed Isolation Session by Carnifex and, of course, Killing Season by Thy Art Is Murder. Two other singles that came out this year.
Damn, yeah.
Where they didn't come out with a full album or nothing, but they both dropped those singles.
Yeah.
That were nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I forgot that Cursed came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Killing Season, man. Like,
that's straight. That could be right at home on fucking Holy War or Hate.
Yeah. Even like Dear Desolation type stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
come on, man. Both those tracks absolutely blew me away. Like, and Cursed, you know, that one is just as good as almost any track on fucking World War X.
Yeah, man.
So, and that was one of my favorite albums of last year.
Yeah, really like old school. Well, like pretty well in terms of like the sound that they're doing. They added a lot of like the older like symphonic elements to it, which I like. Anytime. Well, I don't know. I guess it was kind of here and there on World War X, but like anytime they put out a single or anytime they have anything with that, like just that super like symphonic like string type stuff. Just kind of overlay, and there's a lot of bands that I've been listening to it lately that have that same kind of influence. And yeah, that song is sick. Like,
it's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Like I said, it kind of like took me off guard a little because I like honestly thought that came out like super late last year.
No, that was like right at the beginning of quarantine, pretty much. Yeah, because it was the isolation session. It was about that. Yeah. But moving on.
Well, I was gonna say I had a couple
singles. Because I'm moving on to EPs.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that more? Okay. Yeah. So the first EP that I want to mention, our friends once again, guests of the show, Scream at the Sky released their self-titled 5-track EP, Scream at the Sky.
Yeah. They're making some moves. They put out a video last week.
Yeah. Recently. I can't remember exactly when, but I am going to actually be doing a Dark Reflections for that this week. Yeah, man, they fucking outstanding. Yeah, I really they got they got everything going. It's like it's like a new there's elements of new metal, there's elements of industrial, there's you know there's a lot of moving parts in it, but they find a way to make it all work really, really well, I think.
Yeah.
I absolutely, I think they have a really cool sound, and I feel like they're, like I said, I said it in a previous Dark Reflection that I talked about them, like, watch out for these guys. You're going to fucking see them.
Yeah.
Like, they are, I have no doubt in my mind they're going to pop, and
they are,
the lead singer is fucking cool as hell, man.
Yeah. Shouts out to... Gosh, on the spot.
What? Right. I mean, he was cool as fuck on the show, and even since then, like him and I still talk on a regular basis, and he's an awesome fucking guy. Loved him. I can't wait to have him back. Honestly, he's a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah, and especially like because of all the stuff that he's been like specifically because they're in kind of a weird spot as far as like. as far as like still playing shows and like just doing the whole like
they've been able they've kept it going through all this because they've been able to. And he talked about it, and they've done it in the best way they can. So far, everybody's been good. So like
Brian Carter, by the way.
Brian, yeah.
Dude, fucking awesome.
I didn't know that's what you were looking up.
Yeah, I was like, I'm blanking on names.
We're dog shit at names, people. Dog shit, trust me.
Yeah, man, like just their like how that came about, the fact that like he kind of just like spearheaded the whole thing. It was like super DIY, which we're about. Like it just,
this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
It's cool to just hear that kind of like spirit coming out of,
And it was very cool to hear stories about shows happening. Like I was like, let me live vicariously through you, said.
Yeah, man.
Like, all right though, the next shout out to Scream at the Sky. Next EP, band that you and I both fucking adore, out of Pennsylvania, I believe. Am I right about that? I think I'm right about that.
Yeah.
Self-titled. This is the first. They've released quite a few EPs, and I think do they have a full length? I think they have a full length or two. But this is the first time they've ever released anything self-titled. We have Filth's self-titled EP here.
Yeah.
Filth. So Filth, straight up Filth. And
quick in and out.
There is no band whose band name best describes their sound more so than, because this shit is filthy. Yeah. This shit is nasty. It is hard. Like some of the fucking hardest shit you'll ever fucking hear. Good luck. Look, if you need to like sit still, good luck.
Yeah.
If you need to sit still and this comes on, if the doctor's like, you got to sit still for this procedure, but you can play whatever music you want, and then you pick Filth, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
It's over with. Like, it's not happening. So it's so fucking heavy, so hard. I love everything that Filth does, and this EP was absolutely phenomenal. So I wanted to give it a mention on this.
Yeah, dude. Like they, man, it is one of their shortest to date. And they
5-track.
They put out a few singles with it as well, and which to me, like, I feel like it got me more interested in it. But once it came to actually hearing it on the record, like it just kind of added to it as it does. Yeah, man.
As it does.
As soon as I heard the lead single, I think was Hell, and then the one that was just before the release was Fear with Jamie Hanks from I Declare War.
Yeah.
Which is just ugly.
Great.
Like yeah. So yeah, man, like it's like I said, it's only about 15 minutes. It was one of the shorter ones that we kind of talked about and got into, but yeah, it like it's right up there with like, my love for like I don't know, like Traders and like, kind of bands like that, like Sworn In, and I don't know, just that style. It's very like in your face, like
God, yes, very in your face. It's just some of the most guttural, nastiest shit ever, and I absolutely love them. And they're a band that we were actually supposed to see live this year.
With Convalescence.
Yep. Shout out.
Yeah.
Working on new material. They'll probably be on this list again next year. They were on it last year.
Yeah.
But that show, yes. And like they are absolutely on our list here, there's actually quite a few bands that we have not seen live. And of the bands on this list we have not seen live, they are at the top of my most anticipated. Like, I cannot fucking wait to see that shit live, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that energy, like, it's going to be total fucking chaos, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So, there's that.
I was just going to say what I love about seeing bands like them and just with that kind of style is, like, it's so simplistic, but it just works.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of, it's just, like, a lot of times it's like a 4-piece or a 3-piece band, and it's just, like, this is what we got, like, we're just playing our songs. Like there's just
keep going.
There's just a madness to it.
Yeah,
like you can just feel it.
This thing keeps doing that. Sorry about that. My light went out. But yes, there is just this ferociousness.
Yeah.
There's a ferocious element.
Stuff that makes you want to like fight the person next to you for no reason.
Makes you want to punch a fucking wall. God damn it. But all right, my final EP. I know you got some, but my final EP. that cannot go unmentioned
Ooh.
is Titan
That boy.
by Bagre.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Aaron's
Oh,
band.
shit, man.
Aaron's band right here. Take a look at that. How long has
I don't
it been
even
since you
need
looked
to.
at that?
Yeah, I got a copy of it.
You don't?
No, I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I should have you sign that.
Should. I don't know why we didn't.
Yeah. What the fuck? But yeah, man,
man.
you guys stepped into a whole new lane. You guys really I think you upped your game in a way that made so many people so excited for it.
Get used to seeing
the
that
fucking-
shit, by the way.
The amazing fucking you have 2 outstanding videos. What was the funny one where you guys were all in tracksuits?
Oh, Flash.
Flash, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I even told you, anytime a heavy metal band names a song something to do, if Flash is in the title,
Yeah.
I'm bought and sold already. I just Flesh for Flesh by like Once Human, I want to say, and then the Flesh off of the Arch Enemy has a Flesh song.
Yeah.
And
remember what it
it's
is.
fucking yeah, dude. I always love that. And then the other video, so that video, I love for everybody loved it, but I loved it because you shot it around Lansing in a bunch of places that I knew and I recognized, and to see that on screen that way was really special. And I think it is for anybody from the area that sees it. And and musically though, you guys you did something different on this that I don't think a lot of people were expecting, and I kind of feel like this was like a first step in a specific direction that's going to ultimately end up as a signature sound. It feels that way.
I really, especially like going forward with writing stuff, like it's cool to have this as this is kind of where we left off with things in a sense, because with how the year's been, just everything, it came out around I'm pretty sure we put out in March, the first part of March.
Yeah, wasn't it March? I think it was March 27th or something.
Yeah, and immediately after that, it was obviously, no, I'm not gonna get into it, but we all know what happened. It's no secret, but yeah, man, just get it, and honestly, just some of my favorite parts of doing this was a lot of the video stuff that we did. We definitely wrote it in a different way this time. Got to give a lot of credit to Julian as far as the writing and as far as putting a lot of the recording stuff into it. It sounds gigantic, which he's always each thing that gets recorded, each thing that we do is just he has such an ear for just making it just massive and just picking out stuff that anybody else would kind of miss. So that's it's just awesome to hear that and stuff. But yeah, honestly, I think it might have just been for the time, it might have just been for what was going on, but I think Putridity is really kind of the high point on it for me. Yeah, that was the second single that we did. Yeah.
Video, yeah.
Man, as soon as we started because a few of these actually did get we started writing them on our Twitch streams that we were doing.
Yeah.
And there's another one that is.
That's what I was gonna ask. I got an email in Bandcamp.
Yes.
What? Did
Yes.
you guys put that out?
We are. It is.
Can I get it on iTunes?
I'm shit on dates. I'm about to shit on names I am on dates. But that is going to be out this month. We are putting on a new single.
Called?
It's called Works.
Yeah.
It's it was for those of you that follow us on Twitch and on Instagram and stuff, that was one of the songs that we've been working on for quite a while, and just started doing on the all the streaming stuff, and so yeah, that's in the horizon, and we're also we're pretty ready to hopefully get back into the planning and get back into just the real shit, all the plans and stuff that we had, just kind of for what this year was supposed to be, because it was a mess really, but I think it was honestly I'm really kind of starting to feel like it was for the better, because there was just a lot of stuff in between and just a lot of just it was I don't know, to kind of sum it up, I just as much as I loved it, like I wish that we could have done more with it, and I wish that like we could have given it like the proper
tour, play some shows.
Yeah, like just to get these kind of songs out there, because like to your point, like they are some of the more like different sounding, some of the more like well connected like songs that we've had, in the past, and I feel like it is, kind of in the right direction of sort of what we're going for, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, and I'm happy that you fucking thought about putting it on here, because I like I said, dude, like we put it out and then everything kind of happened, and then it was like, oh well, it's been a while. Like
put it this way, if you follow this show and you haven't figured it out yet, if I do a fucking Dark Reflections at some point throughout the year, it's ending up on the list probably. So odds are. So yeah. What you said you had some EPs though that you wanted to?
Yeah. Well, the first one, it was another band that we talked about this year. They got some banging coffee, by the way.
Hey,
I never said anything. Fucking Casket Robbery, man.
Now, was that released this year, though?
That was 2017.
Okay.
So this is, but
you kind of discovered it this year.
Yeah,
so.
And this was the most recent physical copy that they put out.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, I think you're right. I have one, too.
Yeah, like they just, just kind of it came about at kind of a similar time with like Verminous to me. Because like I think we talked to him when that kind of came out, and it was all.
No, we talked to them. No, because Verminous was out in April, I believe.
To me, that was later.
Yeah, we talked to them over the summer.
Yeah, but yeah, either way, like it was, it was kind of, the Ascension, like it's got, the sort of, I don't know if you can see it, the what is that? The little like plague mask, like plague doctor mask stuff. Like it just, I don't know, like just their sound is very like current for the times and for like.
And check out their fucking merch page, because their vocalist Megan, she actually like hand makes like plague masks and stuff from time to time, and a couple other things too that are for sale on there. They're beautiful. They're absolutely like, she does a really cool thing with them. So check that out.
They also got a fan page. I think it's like the what is it called?
I didn't know that.
Let's see.
I need to be on that. I know they stream a lot. I know they're on like, what are they on, Twitch or something?
I'm pretty sure, they do like, I'm not sure if it's like once a week or whatever, but I know that they do like, they had like movie watching parties and stuff for like.
And if you follow them on social media, like every month they release like their calendar for all the times and stuff that they're going to be streaming, which is fucking dope.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, at least that I've seen, there's not a lot of bands that can like post that and like stick to it. So that's really cool to see that. But yeah, man. Like, just overall sick band. Like, I love the sound. I think it's, like, it's everything that I kind of love about that, like, just straightforward, like, kind of... It's fairly, like, rooted in deathcore, I would say.
Yeah.
But it also just has elements where it's just, like, kind of everything. So it's...
Yeah. They're definitely another band I definitely see popping off.
The Casket Robbery's Coven of Souls is what it's called. Pretty...
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Casket Robbery.
Fuck
for sure.
Yeah,
check them out. I'm pretty sure that they're coming out with something new this year or next year.
So, I think so. This year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. 2021.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Is that the only EP you got?
That's, let me see. As far as EPs.
Because now I'm going to move on to the honorable mention. Oh, wait. I got one more thing, and then we'll move on to the honorable mention albums.
Yeah, I guess that's it for that.
Okay, the one thing before we move on to the honorable mention albums, I want to just give a massive honorable mention to our fucking brothers, Aaron in Victims of the System.
Dude, yeah.
You are the real motherfucking Crip Crow! All right? This year, they released a full album, Fetal Dismemberment. They have, God, my handwriting's such dog shit. Cannibalistic Intention single. They're on a split called Way Torment by Defiling Humanity. This is all from this year. Scent of Burning Flesh single, Anally Fucked with a Hammer single, Whorehouse Massacre single, Randy's Rotting System of Intestinal Specimen is a split, and they have 2 tracks on it, and that's not even everything. They're on a couple other splits. They might have. I think they had like a short EP come out that I forgot to write down. But man, they have released a fuck ton of shit. They're another man. You know, they're Victims of the System is a band that is very spread out, and they do have like a virtual tour coming up. Actually, they're gonna be part of a virtual tour.
Yeah.
And they're very spread out. So I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine a band that's spread out like that. To like to come together, and tour enough and stuff like that. So maybe Aaron or any of the rest of his band members, they're all very, very talented. Maybe Victims of this because this is, I think, for most of them, it's one of their first projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe this isn't the vehicle, but at the same time, all these guys they are hustlers. They are fucking talented.
Yeah.
And they like, I see no way if they keep it up, they don't make it. Like they are, they are some of the fucking next gen. They're next gen.
Yeah.
They're the next gen systems.
Really does seem like it. Yeah.
They're the next gen of metal, and they're doing a lot of really unique stuff. I love how they're like still like naming their songs just horrifyingly brutal shit. It's one of my favorite parts about them. And their sound just from when they were Aaron from Victims of the System was the second band ever to hit us up to want to be on the show. Second band ever. Yeah. He is forever in the Hall of Fame. And
yeah, you like a patch or like a sticker.
Yeah, we gotta get him something. Yeah. We gotta get him something. Cause he fucking waves our flag harder than anybody, man. He's the fucking best. I fucking love him.
Yeah, man. It reminds me a lot of times of like, like just like starting out and stuff, and just like like kind of where I was at that time, and like just.
I think he reminds both of us of younger uses,
yeah.
Like a little bit, like because we both kind of, it's still that, we get that, I get that from him, I really do, man.
And it's like, like just that, I don't know, a lot, it seems like every week or every other week they got something to talk about. They're always like, a lot of times my phone just gets blown up just straight from Instagram, just from him like sending us stuff.
Yeah, dude,
like,
he's
shit.
hustling. Yeah. He's doing it, man. He's doing it.
It's, I don't know, it's cool to see like just like how early on it is, and how much like they just kind of found their niche, like they're real specific kind of like, and like, I don't know, like it seems like they're kind of finding a way to push it out there and to promote it in ways that like, are kind of overlooked in some ways, I think.
So. Yeah, I agree. They're DIY till you die.
Yeah, and in the most realist way.
The most realist way.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say too is that even from when when he reached out and I found them, from what the stuff that had been released already and the couple first things that they released after I first discovered them, the sound has not just evolved, but gotten so much more like better. Like I was trying to find a different word, but like it's so fucking it's come such a long way. And a lot of that is, dude, like, because some of the early stuff, the production side, the first song I ever fucking recorded was on a fucking MP3 player they don't even make anymore, in a fucking, it's pure black metal, pure Michigan black metal. Like literally, like mine as well have been on a toy microphone. But now their production is just outstanding, and they really, I just love them. I love these guys, and I'm really, really excited to see what the fuck they do in the future. And fucking hey, man, I'm gonna fucking watch their virtual tour.
Yeah.
Shit. Like I really want to see some of this stuff. He actually sent me something earlier today. He started a solo thing where it's a totally different sound. It's still metal, but it's clean singing.
Okay.
And he's just playing guitar on it. Yeah. But it's like his solo thing. And it was I was like, how is this not already on the radio? This sounds outstanding. Yeah. Like, it's really good. He sent that to me this morning. Literally this morning I heard it. Yeah. Morning for me. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, but yeah, man. They released so much this year. And I just wanted to give it all its rightful place on this list, because I'm I just love these guys. I appreciate him. He's an actual fan of he actually watches the show, and that just means the world to me. So yeah, like I just wanted to give them a big fat shout out. So
yeah.
Love you guys. Victims of the System. Everybody check them out on Instagram. Now, last thing before we get into the bulk of the list, we're only like a half hour in.
Long way to go.
This is gonna be a big one, buddy. This is gonna be a big one. It's the fucking end of the year special, motherfucker.
You know, and
these are the mad notes.
The maddest of notes from this year. But I will say that like this, you know, because we were kind of talking about it back and forth. Like this one is gonna kind of, because I think that like the really realistically, like the end of the year kind of caught up to us in a real way. And like we tried to get this out like before the end of the year. We tried to plan it out and stuff, but really like,
no, we were supposed to do this a week ago today.
Yeah.
1 week ago today. But the last 7 days have been a complete bust for me.
Yeah.
Because 5 out of the 7 of them I woke up crying every day because of Alexi Leho. So I got nothing done last week. I kind of can't believe I even was able to post that the last two. Well, actually, by now it's 2 episodes ago. Aaron from Victims of the System was on. He was our first guest of the year.
Yeah.
He's how I wanted to start, which of course that was recorded before the announcement of Lexi, and we tried to get this done, but go on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So to sum it up, yeah, for a variety of reasons, this is in a sense like our big like kind of like fuck you dumpster fire 2020, but this is kind of like the best.
These were the bright sides.
Yeah,
these were the bright sides of 2020. And also another thing we're gonna do on this episode is be very we're gonna be showing a lot of gratitude tonight.
Yeah.
Because
as we have already.
I mean, yeah, but like this year, as much of a dumpster fire as it was, things happened for us and with this podcast that like we never saw coming, we never expected, and still just completely fucking floors and humbles both of us, I think. So for a lot of the bands that are going to be on this list, that we've like we've already mentioned some of them. Fitting Revenge, Interpreter, Bog Wraith, Scream at the Sky, Victims of the System. The fact that bands actually started reaching out to us and then actually wanting to be on the show and then coming on the show, and not just that, like we've actually like made friends that like we haven't even met in person yet.
Yeah.
And that blows my fucking mind. I never expected this podcast to have any kind of reach like that. And it's just really humbling, and it just means the absolute fucking world to us. So we are going to be talking a lot about that tonight as we get to the bands.
There was one other, you were talking about singles, and there was one other that I thought of that was actually on the show, that has since disbanded, for a few reasons.
I don't know.
I'm not really sure either. I think it was just like the weight of the year. I think it was just kind of.
But I tell you what, though, I'll wait for you to tell the single name.
Well, the band that I want to talk about is, like I said, it was another one that was going to be on, or that was on the show, and
Twice.
actually was a returning guest.
Twice. And that second one was a banger.
Yeah.
First one was too, but that second one was a banger.
Yeah, man. It was really kind of one of the first times that we talked about just nerded out about like or just movies and metal shit, and just like, I'm talking about fucking Bravura, man. Like, rest in peace, first of all.
For the band.
Yes.
Died.
Yeah, right. Right.
The band is apparently no more, as far as we know. And Steve from Bravura was the returning guest, vocalist, and he came back right before Halloween when we were doing our Halloween episodes to talk about his favorite horror movies, and he had this incredible horror movie collection.
Oh man, I feel like we walked away from that, and I was like, I don't feel like I've seen anything.
He made us look like posers. He made us look like horror movie posers. That's for sure. That was awesome. I love it when people do that with metal for me, because I'm like, oh my god, I got so much to learn from you.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me excited. So and I definitely want to reach out to Steve and have him back on.
Yeah, man.
Because he was just a great guy.
Yeah.
Those were just such awesome episodes to me. But what was the single that came out?
Courtesans is the one from 2018, but there was another one that.
What was it? They did have. You know what? Was it? Did they have one this year? I can't remember. Buffalo Soldier.
Shouts out to Buffalo Trace. Yeah. But yeah, man.
That's why I can't remember anything from this year.
Between that and the Jaeger right now.
Jägermeister.
But yeah, man, like, you know, I was a big fan, like, kind of from the jump as far as like their sound and their style. I really
love them.
Yeah,
music's outstanding.
They're just like his vocals and just the whole, like, you know, the real, like, you know, it's kind of like in line with some of the stuff that I like, my favorites of the year, really, because it just has that you know, dark, like, you know, super driving sound to it that just kind of hit very, very like Convalescence style to me.
Yeah.
God,
I fucking love them.
And like he's kind of like, if we could have like another guest spot, or just like if I could like do something with another like vocalist or whatever, like I think Steve would probably be like, that'd be awesome to.
Well, apparently he's
work
available.
or something. Yeah, I don't know. You're watching this, man.
Hey,
like,
man.
Let's fucking write some shit. I don't know.
That would be
hop on the next ball grade.
That's the
man.
fucking thing.
Like,
That's if it actually gets to the point where some of the people that we talk to on the podcast end up making music with you. What the fuck,
dude?
Did you see that
I
coming
would love
ever?
that. No.
Like,
honestly, no. That wasn't ever the point of this. But
no,
like,
of course not.
You know.
Of course not. But
yeah.
God damn it!
But,
goals for 2021.
Hey, you know.
Goals for 2021.
Yeah.
There we go. Jesus
and
Christ.
that kind of goes for anybody that's been on. Like,
oh,
you know,
my God.
I'm well open to it at this point. Like, just kind of want to make music, really. But yeah. Anyway, Bravura.
Yes. Shouts out.
Yes. Well deserved. Watch those episodes.
Yep.
Wait, matter of fact, just like watch all of them from like this year. Like,
yeah, don't go back farther.
You know, yeah. As soon as you hit like the first one that's on video, just, you know.
Well, you could go back to the audio recorruptor ones at least.
Yeah, those are
ones,
good. Yeah,
those are good. But the rest, just don't worry about it. Those were us hitting the punching bag.
Yeah,
and we still are. But you know, but all right.
Anyway. Yeah.
Move on to fucking albums. Honorable mention album. God damn it, we forgot to come up with a cooler name. Satan's.
Well, I said additional slams, but
additional slams. All right, yeah, we'll just roll with that. I wanted to think of something.
I don't know.
Like
I
Crips
thought,
picks.
I thought of like
Crips.
I thought like Dark Devotion sounded cool.
Ooh.
But that's too like Dark Reflections. It could have been.
I know. I like the playoff.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right,
yeah.
something like
anyway,
that. We'll come up with a better one next year. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Slams something?
Fuck. Well, what?
Satan slams.
Yeah, sounds like a bad like wrestling event. Like,
oh my God.
Additional slams.
Additional slams. There we go. All right, these are the additional slams, everybody. The albums. Oh fuck. Damn it! I forgot to grab one. Fuck me. All right. Well, the first one I wanted to mention was Heaven Shall Burn. Came out with a 2-disc album. Oh my God, I can't even remember the name of it right now. See, dog shit with names. Motherfucker, can you help me out with that?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. Heaven Shall Burn, though. They did a lot of different stuff. Now, I kind of just discovered Heaven Shall Burn this year. I don't know if they've done this as much or ever in the past, but they added a lot of like electronic sounding elements, like techno almost esque sounding elements.
Yeah, of truth and sacrifice. Of truth and
sacrifice. Yes. And which typically I don't really care for, but most of it was not that. Most of it was, sounded like Heaven Shall Burn that I know, and it's a massive. It's 2 discs. It's probably close to, I don't know, it's somewhere in between 25 and 30 tracks, and it's huge. And but it was really, I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Did you get the chance to hear that one yet?
I know I've heard like the main singles.
Couple songs.
Yeah, and like it's it's like they just have a way of like just building just a giant like big like arena sounding atmosphere.
They do, and they have there's another band that has that ferocious element to it that I like a lot.
Yeah, specifically their vocalist,
yes.
man. Like there's a couple of songs on it that like I think it was I don't remember what the name of the weird video where they're like it's like a I don't know, they're in like this third world country or whatever, and there's this big fight going on about like
yes.
I don't
That's a real weird video.
Yeah.
Did not get that. It was like I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It was like a fucking Scooby Doo cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like that weird like
but live action.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if it was that song, but there was that one, and then there was one other one that they did a video for, and like his man, like that's one of the reasons that I stick around with that band is like anytime I hear him, it's like the vocals. It's just like he's got such a bark, like just such a yeah.
He comes in from the top, like I talked about with Angela Gassa from Arch Enemy. Like it comes in that bitey, that ferocious from the top.
Yeah.
Like, it just like I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Heaven Shall Burn. Next one, honorable mention. Our friends.
Illstorm
release.
Well, may as well get this ready.
Curse of the Crystal Coconut. Really fun album, as always. You know what I mean? These guys are just a blast.
Yeah.
Like the Treasure Chest Party Quest.
I really,
kidding me?
I really think that I
Tortuga.
Yeah, I think I got more into that band like probably this year just because of like the sheer like I just need like there's a couple of things I picked out that I like is just a sheer like palate cleanser. Because like I just need something different, like
it's just fucking fun.
Yeah,
it's party music.
Yeah.
It's just fucking fun, and I love it. I love pirate metal. I love all the niche metals, the Viking metals, the fucking.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love all that stuff. It's fucking folk metal. It's all good.
There was somebody at my work was telling me they're like, have you heard of like thrash grass? I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, first of all, no, I haven't. But second off, I need to. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. Like, he's like, it's basically what it sounds like. He's like, if you look it up, it's probably the only thing that.
Yeah, but what is grass?
It's like thrash metal, bluegrass.
Oh.
Like thrash grass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they are, as far as like being like super guitar heavy. Like they're already kind of. Like.
I mean, yeah, no, that actually kind of makes sense because thrash can directly draw its influence from American Southern blues.
Yeah.
So that I could see that working.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So I was like, okay.
Is that what Johnny No Cash is?
It might be.
Dude.
Like, yeah. Yeah.
Kind
It's
of.
like a real, yeah. It's a real like niche, like specific way of describing like just. I don't know, like I guess I don't know what else it could be, really, like.
Right?
Yeah.
Check out Johnny No Cash.
Yeah.
Just trust me. All right? You're gonna have fun. But all right, next one. Next up. Now another form of album that we typically don't include on the actual Filthy 15 list itself is live music, live albums. We have a couple of those to mention. First up, an album that I saved my sanity at the beginning of this pandemic. Like this album has gotten me through this live performance.
Yeah.
Has gotten me through this year in a way few other albums have. The watching the videos on YouTube, like this shit has kept me hype all fucking year. It's like I can't even like maybe this never happens unless there's a pandemic, but this is now certified one of my all-time favorite live albums, period. Like, it is one of the greatest performances of all time to me. Viva la Underdogs motherfucking Parkway fucking Drive, people.
Yep.
Parkway fucking Drive destroys Vakken.
Yeah.
And the DVD that comes with it is like a fucking emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, their journey to Vakken. Like, if that doesn't make you go, if that doesn't inspire you,
yeah,
like, it's so inspiring. Like, that album means the fucking world to me, dude. That performance.
Yeah. Well, I think, it was really, because it came out like, I think it was like one of the first big,
right at the top.
Yeah, it was one of the first bands that kind of came out and were like because of everything, like we want to do something special.
Right at the top of the pandemic.
Yeah, so they put out they did like a full like a live stream of the documentary, and then I think they either released that or they just I don't know, they put it out as like the full kind of concert thing, which is after that.
And I remember because that was still on hard lockdown when we couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
And so you and I watched it together on like Facebook chat on video or something. Like we were sitting there on video and we were both watching it separately. We timed it, and like we were losing our fucking minds.
Yeah,
like
it was
like
yeah.
Holy shit, man!
Like they are. I still like to anybody that has like any real like doubts or like hates on for whatever reason like.
What?
Watch this. First of all, watch this. Second of all, see him live because that is like really.
Go fuck yourself. You got really fucking Parkway Drive. If you can, yeah, dude. If you can hear, fucking Pray, Carry On, The Void, Absolute Power, Crushed, Bottom Feeder, if dedicated.
Yeah.
Lately, that's been my go-to.
Oh,
like 12 years I fought for this. 12 years my heart still beats. Are you like, dude? I already have goosebumps. Like it's so like gets me going, man.
Much needed. Yeah.
Oh, God,
it's
so good.
It was definitely like a big like shot for that time.
Shot of adrenaline, dude. Shot like I fucking. Look, put it this way. When that first came out, if there were people walking their dogs by this house by the house that I live in. And that was playing, and I had already had a couple drinks in the living room. They saw a show, brother. They saw a show.
Yeah.
Like, I was putting on a show in that living room. Just, air everything. Air guitar, air vocal. Just losing my fucking mind, dude. I can't believe I didn't break anything. Like.
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Holy shit, man. It was insane. All right, let's move on. Next, shit, I didn't bring it down. Next live album, though, For the Love of Metal Live, D. Snyder. Excellent live performance. That was on our album of the list year last year, I believe. It was either last year or the year before.
I think it was, might have been 2018.
And they are working on part 2 right now.
Yeah.
They are working, so that should come out in 2021.
Yeah, very excited about that.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Almost didn't exist.
D. Snyder's one of my all-time favorite frontman vocalists, and the whole thing is like written and produced and stuff by Jasta, who is another, and that album just means the world to me. The fact that it even exists is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're making another one is just so fucking awesome to me.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
The fact that they were like there was as much of praise as there was around it, and just like kind of pushed it.
Well, deservedly so.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. Like,
yeah.
It was fantastic.
I got any time a song comes on from it, I usually listen to multiple.
That had to have been 2018.
Yeah.
Because remember when we did that review, we did it in a car.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think it was last year. I think it was 2018.
We did that shit driving around in a car. We never tried that again.
Yeah. that was difficult. But
it was. It was fun.
Regardless, though, like it was just,
Now, we got a couple, but the last two, like, for me, at least, I know you got a couple, but for me, the last 2 metal albums that I want to mention, Night Crowned, which I have not spent enough time with, which is why it may not be, maybe, like, I wish, once I spend more time with it, maybe I wish it was on the list, but fantastic. What I have heard of it is phenomenal. I've heard it through once, at least a couple times actually, and just really great. Like what would you say? Like kind of behemoth-y, like Black and Deathy almost.
Yeah,
like
it's more it has its roots in like to me like a lot of like Dissection, a lot of like Behemoth type stuff, but also a lot of like Dark Funeral kind of stuff.
How the fuck do you say the album title?
Let me see it.
Impious Vium. What is that?
I think Impious Vium.
Okay. It's a V, not a U.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's some Polish word or something. I don't know. It might not even be Polish. I don't know. But yeah, point is like
Norwegian black metal.
Yeah, like it's very very raw sounding.
Yes, it
but
is.
but
Yes.
it's and like if you're into that kind of, and like I said, man, like there is like, to me, for you know, I guess there's never really been a band that can really like compete with Dissection as far as that kind of like guitar driven black metal sound. And like the fact that they were able to kind of combine that, that with like, more like traditional black metal elements and stuff, like it just, like it, admittedly the same, which is why it isn't a little bit higher on my list, because I haven't really
Spend
done,
time with it.
yeah. But I will say, like, it was like one of those few records or bands that came about just like I kind of on a whim, like Spotify or whatever, and I was like, the fuck is this? Like, this is, I need more of this. Like, so, and that's still very much the same. So
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to listen to it more.
There's a lot of things that came out this year that it's kind of same as last year, man. Like and like that just kind of like escaped me. It kind of like I just
flew under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, there was other things that like came out around the same time. I just wasn't paying as close enough attention to it. But like, man, there's never enough time. There even going into this feeling so sure that I had like what I had.
I know.
Like, it was like, man, like just there's so much more that like
so much more. Yeah.
So that's definitely one of them. But
the last one on the list for me that's metal. This is the first time we're going to talk about non-metal things.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah, very good. But the last one that's metal, which this close, it was very narrowly beat out on my list. Very, very narrowly beat out. Because every time I listen to this album, I'm like, it reminds me how good it is, and this band is, and how much of a fan I am of them. But it was narrowly beat out. And you know what? In 2 months, I'll probably be like, fuck, why didn't I put that on the list? But
there's a few that I got that I'm very similar.
Cataclysm's new album.
Legends, man.
Fucking legends, man. Like, what's this one called again? Unconquered. Yeah. Beautiful cover. I love it when they do that. They got this monster. It's kind of their like mascot in a way at this point, because they've had him on a couple albums. And just I love the cover, and dude, it's just such a hard ass fucking record. Like it's man, like last night, like one of the things I like to do from time to time with albums that I'm not just like, because this is another one that I'm not like I've listened to it a lot more than Night Crown this year, but not as much to like say I know it in and out, Yeah. But with albums like that, like a test that I have sometimes is I'll just put it on at like the halfway point and just listen to like the second all the deep cuts, the second half of the album. Be like, what happens here? Like what goes on here? Yeah. And last night I did that, and like at first I was like, I don't know if I care for the guitar tone as much and stuff like that. But then by the second song, I was fucking headbanging. Yeah. Like it was like I was like, this is the shit. Like it's. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just a really great album. I love what they did on it. I love that they're still around. This is a classic band, and they always have badass covers. They're just fucking awesome. They're just fucking awesome.
Ever since there was I want to bring it up because it's specific, because it's kind of the one that like got me reintroduced to them.
Cataclysm?
Yeah. It's one of their last of Ghosts and Gods.
Ooh,
that was
a good album.
That was 2015, and then Meditations came out 2018. But yeah, man, like that was, and it was specific, and I remember it because that was kind of one of the first times that like a new or just like something new came out from a band, and like every song had a video for it. In one way or another, which I'd never really seen before, and if I had, it was like kind of sparse. And I feel like there's a few other bands I've done that since then, but yeah, like they are just like, I mean, you can't
hard as fuck
really describe like the legacy. Like, I mean, their first album was out in 2000, and they're still
20
going.
years.
Yeah,
20 fucking years, man. Of just hard. I think they're from Canada, right? Aren't they?
They are.
I believe they're a Canadian death metal band. check me.
Working on it. I think you're right though. I think
Fucking
they are
hard ass Canadian metal, man.
Quebec.
Quebec. Is it? Is it from Quebec?
I don't know. Hang on.
Oh.
You know what they say. It's good.
It's good fishing.
Good fishing in Quebec.
Good fishing in Quebec. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. You know, hey, I got a question for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Do you hear some people talking? I don't know. I feel like I've heard some things. People saying this might be the best Filthy 15 episode ever.
You know, heard a thing or two. You know, maybe.
You might have heard a thing or two about that. You might have heard a thing or two about that.
Little rumblings here and there. You know,
Just a little rumbling. Just a little something. I don't know. Might be the best album of the year list ever. I don't know. Best podcast ever. I don't know.
I mean, that goes. You know, that goes without saying. Quebec.
Are you serious?
Born in '92 from the cold winds of Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Good fucking fishing in Quebec. And good death metal, too. Oh, shit, we're out of focus. Good fucking death metal in Quebec. Along with the fishing. It'll come back. I'm not worried about it.
It's good death metal, Quebec.
Good death metal in Quebec. Good death metal in Quebec. Man.
Yes.
All right, Aaron.
Anyway.
Your album slams. Fuck, I already forgot it.
Additional slams.
Additional slams.
It's not that great of a title because we can't remember it. But
yeah, we gotta come up with a better
one.
But
yeah. So mine will probably be quick just because I want to get into it. And a lot of the ones that we talked about, I feel like are, I don't know. There's like one or two that I want to dive into. But so yeah, the first one, obviously, man, you know, 6 Feet Under put out a sick record this year. Alongside,
calm down with that shit.
Alongside Nightmares of the Decomposed, it was fucking phenomenal.
Fuck on. What is happening right now?
Really loved the vocals on it. Really loved just the whole production on it.
What?
Another one. Big band this year. Been in the news a lot.
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. You start naming all the shit that's been in the news. It's the worst shit ever. That's awesome.
I was gonna say that Traps put out a new record this year. That is phenomenal as well. It's just headstrong.
Oh, fuck that band.
Yeah. No, my real honorable mentions. I just wanted to poke fun at those because why not?
That was good. Well done. That was good. I like that.
First one in a serious manner, not really serious, but you know what I mean. And it wasn't until we started talking to Tyrant that I was like, fuck, that did come out this year. And it's Trivium's new record, What the Dead Men Say. Mm-hmm. Like, they're a band that to me, over the last, you know, I'd say like over the last 5 years have really kind of like carried the flag.
Trivium?
Yeah. You know, like Matt Heafy and just, you know, being as much of a face on like Twitch and stuff and doing a lot of the like practice streams and a lot of like the guitar stuff. He's been very much a face for just for metal guitarists, I think, which is super important.
He has. And you know what? Regrettably, that is one of the things I should write that down for us to watch when we're done. I have not watched his tribute to Alexi yet.
Oh, I haven't
and
either.
I really want to.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like that, and the record is insane. Like ever since,
really?
Yeah,
I haven't heard it at all.
Really, ever since because the last record, The Sin and the Sentence,
yes,
was the first album that they had Alex from Brain Drill as their newest as their newest drummer, and that completely set the band into like just some other. Like sound, some other. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on.
No, keep going. I'll fix it.
Yeah, some just like it added a whole, just more of an aggression to their sound, and just more of a, you know, just more like speed, a little more like a lot of the riffing and a lot of the like the drum stuff. Like there's a lot of moments in each of the songs that very like, you know, that like all the songs have a really nice build to them, and then there's a lot of like just like guitar riffs and everything, and just like different sections in a lot of the songs that really stand out to me.
Nice.
And it, like, you know, I was just hearing I guess to give specific examples,
I haven't heard it at all yet. I've never been big into Trivium, but maybe I should give them another shot.
I'll like I said, I'll definitely say like this record and the Sin and the Sentence are like two of their best. Like because I think that this and I think he's kind of explained it before. Like it's that like there are a couple of records in between there that like were kind of like them kind of trying to reform, and I feel like the last two, like this one and Sin and the Sentence, were two that kind of like sort of revived it and sort of like kind of gave them a bit of like a fresh take. As far and kind of like revive their sound, but yeah, the opening instrumental and then the title track off it, like just riff city. Like there have been times where like I have looped that song a million times. Like they're just like just the way it opens and just how like it carries with it. Then there's other there's a lot of like super thrashy stuff. Sickness Unto You, Scattering the Ashes. So yeah, it came out April 24th. So that was one that stuck out to me as an honorable mention. And I guess next one I'll talk about this motherfucker right here, Ingested.
This motherfucker right here.
Ingested with Where Only Gods May Tread. Yeah, man.
Whoops.
Sorry, thought you had it. I love that artwork.
Sexy ass artwork.
This is a band that like to me. Unique leader band. Obviously, they've been around for I think like since the early.
I don't know from that.
Yeah, I don't know. They got they like to the point where they're doing like reissues and like re-releases of some of their older stuff at this point. But yeah, man, like this is really because I've been pretty into them for a little bit as far as like following them, and like I feel like a level above Human, the last record they came out with, and then the EP that they put out, which was like a completely different, like it was a little bit more of like a concept EP, a bit more atmospheric. But this one, like, there's just songs out here that are just undeniable. Like what is it, like No Half Measures, Impending Dominance, Dead Seraphic Forms, and of course the one with Kirk Weinstein on it, which I think was the Black Pill, I think. And then there's another guest on it, Vincent from the Acacia Strain, who's another band I'm going to talk about pretty heavily. Was on
don't get Aaron started.
was on Burden of Our Failures, which is just gigantic. Like, and just like that's really kind of the thing about this record to me, and the only reason it didn't make the list a little bit higher was just because like I just kind of the same reason as the others. Like I didn't really spend enough time with it, and it came out around like because like I was super familiar with the singles and stuff that came out, but I just hadn't really dove in until later on. And man, it is like it's up there with how I felt like Human Target was.
Woo!
Like just that like top to bottom just aggression, and like just I love the guitar tone on it. I love just how much of a bite it has to it as far as just being super aggressive and just fast, really. So yeah, fucking Where Only Gods May Tread.
You know what I just realized?
Which is yours. I don't have a physical copy of it.
It always looks like you're being abducted.
Oh yeah, it does right now.
I just
Yeah.
realized that.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Next one, kind of a minor one, much like for the same reason as Ingested. I want to talk about Fearmonger from Beneath the Massacre.
I haven't heard that one.
Man, like they're a band, and this is kind of a comeback record for them because they put out. Let me see. Should have been more on top of it as far as the.
It's fine.
This
is what we do.
The honorable mention list, but
this is what we do. Wing it. Welcome to the X-Files.
This one, nice. This one came out February 28th, and I just found out about it maybe like last month. Last month or within the last 2 months.
It's a late one.
Yeah. But it was mostly just because of the videos. I think there was a clip, and it wasn't even one of their videos. It was like an Instagram clip where it was like some zombie movie, and I think Treacherous was playing, because there's like at the end of it there's just this giant breakdown with like just this like just big like wall of sound that just hits. Yeah, they're like super, like just like fast as fuck. Like I don't understand how you write this kind of stuff. Like as far as like just being super technical and really fast, but also having these parts where it just like, you know, you kind of like headbang and like, you know, but it also has like, you know, I liked Autonomous Mind, and I think the video that they just put out, I think was for Of Gods and Machines. Like there's so many, like it's to a point where like as I'm listening to it, I'm like, I can't follow this. Like it's so like fast and chaotic and just abrasive, but it like when it all comes around and when it just hits, like when there's just this, like when it all leads up to like this breakdown or like this groove or something, like it's like like it just you know what I mean? It's like fight riffs, man. Like I love it. So yeah. But yeah, this was, so like I said, 2020 this came out. Their last album was 2012.
Oh wow.
Which was incongruous.
From 8 years.
Incongruous, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that was, which is also kind of what piqued my interest with it, and why I need to order a copy of it, because I do like it's one of the, because there are other ones I wasn't really super into, just because it kind of went over my head a little bit at the time when it came out. I was like, I've never really heard like this side of like Cattle Decapitation.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really like dove into anything that's like just straight like just like too fast, like chaos, like the whole time. So yeah, this one, you know, and after kind of figuring out that this was like kind of a return to form and stuff, I was like, you know, felt like I had to pay attention to it, and a lot of people were talking about it. So yeah, that was one as far as honorable mention stuff, and the others, like, I don't know if you want to get into like
non-metal.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Go.
So with I guess I'll go into it. And
yeah, because I only have, well, I agree with you on one, but I only have one other. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
give me that purple.
Yeah,
give me that fucking hexed purple. Yeah.
See if I can.
Yeah, this round's gonna kill me.
You can't really see it. Yeah,
put me down to still me. Sorry.
Aside, hell yeah. Aside from Bodum, there and the record cover's more pink. But to any point,
it's purple.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Purple.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, talking about Run the Jewels 4 people.
Oh, that record cover's pink.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about hexed.
No.
I was like, what do you mean?
Well, because you were like, oh, give me the hexed purple,
yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
all right, but yeah. So anyway, fucking man, like
Run
I'm saying,
fucking jewels,
I'm
bro.
saying, like, you know, I from kind of an earlier age, I was into, like, you know, I guess to kind of back it up a little bit, and why we're talking about this, and why, like, I feel like it's so important, is that, like, you know, I'm somebody that before I got into heavy music, I listened to a lot of like hip hop. I listened to a lot of like punk music.
I did too.
And you know, and with that, like came bands like Rage Against the Machine, came bands like, you know,
one of my
Queens.
gateway bands.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Came bands like Queens of the Stone Age. For different reasons. Like they had a lot of, they were more rock inspired, but you know, even still, like, you know, so like, but it was all very like political driven. Like it was all very like, you know, like it had a message to it, and it was very, you know, and this record happens to have both vocalists on, you know, on I think like 2 different songs really.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like I'm somebody that, like, because of what happened with, you know, current event stuff, I've been paying attention to Run the Jewels for a little while. I think I just started getting into them at like the top of this year, before all this stuff happened. And then it just happened that Killer Mike was on the news, and dude, like,
one of the best speeches I've ever
oh
seen
my God.
in my life.
Yeah.
In my life.
Like
I fucking love that man.
Yeah. And dude's like and both of them are, both Killer Mike and LP, man. Like, it is, you know, production is something else. It is really, like, you know, truly, and I feel like it's very underrated in a lot of ways, as far as like just his production and like his, you know, just the way that just how much he's actually done, and like how long both of them have been in the game, really. But yeah, man, like, as far as like albums that really kind of define, you know, either a year or just a time period, like I find that there's there really isn't much else to say other than like this was one that kind of like having been a fan of their stuff in the past and having kind of like just been familiar with it, like this was one that really I don't know, it was kind of all that and more, and I think that you can't really talk about 2020 without talking about Run the Jewels.
I agree with you.
To me,
I agree with you.
and it was like, and also side note, like their first, and something else that really like kind of drove this record home for me was they did a full live stream of the first performance ever because they put this out during when they couldn't tour and stuff, and they did it was like a combination with Adult Swim, I think. And it was because it was like before the election, and it was some like press to vote something. It was some like and that was the whole point of it. But it was going for basically like, this is our first performance of this album in its entirety that we've ever done.
Oh shit!
And like as soon as I watched that, like there's some, they did, and everybody that was on the record was there. They were like on the screen.
Zach De La Roche?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was as like. Say there, but like they were on like screens and stuff.
Right.
It was like pre-recorded stuff, but even still, like to see that and the fact that like they just ran through the whole thing, and like there's just some songs out here that just really speak to just the times, and just really it's
there are.
So there's that. I'd say that was arguably like the biggest, one of the bigger like hip hop albums to come out within the last like 5 years maybe. Just to, I don't know, it's awesome. If you haven't listened to it, you're missing out, seriously. Like it's something else. The other one that I want to talk about that's not so much, it's hip hop, but it's also like I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I'm like a big like Strange Music fan. I love I love Tech Nine, Cess Crew, Recognize, any of them, and that is one of the ones I want to talk about tonight. Is Recognize put out a full album called Pressure Point, and
I've never heard of him.
Oh man, like first off, it's his like third or fourth solo project or solo album, and like each of the records has like a very specific like the first one is called A Soiree for Skeptics. The second one after that, which got me like pretty much like super into it, was called The War Within, and it was very like, it starts off kind of like a therapy session in a way. It's like this character kind of talking, but it's also like just kind of, I don't know, it's a whole big like self-discovery kind of album. And then there was Into the Further, but I think that there was a line that was on the previous album that made the title for this, and then kind of the same thing for this one. There was a line on Into the Further that was became Pressure Point, which they kind of go into on the first track. It's like, it's kind of like a it's very much in the way that like they have no relation, but it's very much like how like Cattle Decapitation did like Death Atlas, how like each of the like there's different sections to the record.
Okay.
Like there's
okay. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So there's that, and then but like he's I think I want to say he put out like 52 singles last year.
Wow.
Like a single a day, or like a single, or no, it wouldn't have been a day because that'd been way more. Like I think it was like a single a week for 52 weeks.
Okay.
And just like posted them all and stuff. And I think that a lot of what was on there kind of like inspired what was on this, and like what I feel like they're kind of like as far as the releases and stuff, because what they did with this one and a lot of the Strange Music stuff is really like they're putting it out in sections. So it's like there's like this EP, which is like Pressure Point 1, there's 2 and then 3, and then at the end of like when those 3 are out, and when it's like the end of like when that's it, and then the record comes out, there's like an additional like 2 or 3 songs that are on it, and then that's the whole release just as a whole. But yeah, like there's, again, like it's very to kind of get to the point, like it's like it's another palate cleanser for me, man. And like anytime he comes out with anything, anytime he posts anything, like it's kind of like you with Eminem. I feel like I'm very much like up to date as far as like just anything like Strange Music stuff, anything that he releases, anything that like they're very like up to, as far as like doing the YouTube live streams and just doing all that stuff, and so yeah, like this one, it's just it really kind of touches on a lot of like, just a lot of like struggles and a lot of like, it's kind of in line with like Run the Jewels as far as like being kind of like a response to a lot of things
happening right now.
Yeah. So Pressure Point, man.
That's kind of the funny thing, isn't it? Is like hip hop seems to have that ability to, like, because most of the metal music that we're talking about was written last year before everything happened.
Yeah.
But a lot of this hip hop music that we're talking about right now is much more current.
Mm.
I just think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's a perfect segue. The only non-metal artist I want to talk about real quick, and I don't have to say very much on it, is Eminem. Music Should Be Murdered by Side B. Could be my favorite album of his in the last 10 years. Absolutely phenomenal. He's the biggest artist in the world, so I'm sure everybody listening to this has heard that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think his work on this new album, it absolutely blew me away. And the last thing I have to say on it is I absolutely love how he's been doing it for like the last 3 albums, doing these secret drops. I adore everything that he's doing right now.
Yeah.
So
that's
Eminem.
Detroit,
motherfucker.
You can't even, there's nothing else to really, like, his name, like, legacy, everything kind of speaks for itself. Yeah.
Detroit. So, that's all. All right. Shit, man. That wraps up all the stuff we wanted to get out of the way before we dive into the Filthy 15 of 2020, baby. We'll do it. Cheers. And then, are you down with taking a quick break?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers. Thank you all for watching. The honorable mentions and all that stuff. Now we dive into the Filthy 15 right now.